Yo, I'm mad hungry. I got some organic apples in there. You want some?
Organic? Why they gotta be organic?
Boom. Welcome back to the channel, Roy Ones. I feel amazing. Why? I'm alive, baby, I'm alive. Okay, so let's get into this. Taking charge. What do I mean by taking charge? I mean taking charge of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Why did I put up that video of GMOs first? It's because that is a huge factor in how we feel. What do I mean by that? First, if people don't know, the royal family, the royal ones don't know what GMOs are. They're genetically modified organisms that are concocted through science. Usually creating some kind of food that's altered. It's not in a natural state, right? And also the pesticides that they created through Monsanto and tons of other companies that they spray on the food that actually causes a lot of mutations with the animal, the insects around it and in the food itself. So when you consume this food, it goes through your digestive system and causes a whole element of problems. A whole host, I should say, of problems. What are some of these problems? They're leaky gut, right? How does leaky gut work? Basically, when you eat this food, it goes into your stomach and it creates holes in the lining of your stomach, which these holes allow food particles to go into your bloodstream and cause havoc. Some of the things, it could be arthritis, it could be headaches, it could be bloating, it could be gas. So these things will just allow you to feel miserable, to be honest. And a lot of people don't know it's based on the food that they're eating why they have gas. They don't know that it's based on the food that they're eating why they feel bloated or even the arthritis. And like I said, there's tons of other things that go along with it. So it's not only the foods though, you know, but you want to focus on the food. Why? Because it's a huge part. So when you're going shopping, make sure that you're picking up organic. I try to buy organic everything. You know, and you don't always get organic everything, but you can look at the labels, look at the non-GMO little symbols and stuff that they have there, but go for organic as much as you're possible. Of course, we know through the research that organic is not 100% proof that it's clean food because of the way they're farming and because of the wind and the cross-pollination through the wind that blows some of these pesticides on the organic farms. It's already been shown. But eating organic is way better than not eating organic. To add to that, pay attention to what you're putting on your skin. Try to make that as organic as possible too. Make sure it doesn't have too many terms and phrases on it that you don't understand. Because most likely it's some kind of scientific word that they made up that just means chemical. Right? And these chemicals alter our hormones. If you get lotion and you put it on your skin, right? And it has all these chemicals in it, it's absorbed through the skin into the bloodstream. And we're getting screwed from it. That's causing a whole bunch of problems as well. So make sure you're eating as much organic things as possible and what you put on your skin. But it's also more to that in terms of taking charge. One of the main things you can do to take charge is be very mindful of who you are around. I say it all the time on this channel because it's so imperative that we get it. It's so imperative to know that we are energy, to know that what other people are thinking and feeling, if we're around, we're absorbing each other's energies. That's just the way it works. So if you're around all these people and they are negative, They don't believe in themselves. When you're doing things and trying to evolve and trying to expand your thinking, they'll pull you right down. I used to have a friend that every time I talked to him about ideas or something I wanted to do or put together or just something that was creative and fun, I would get, that probably won't work. I'm like, why not? It just doesn't seem like a good idea. I'm saying, what's the what? You know, after like the 4th time, I had to let him go. And it makes sense that I had to let him go because he was representative of who I used to be. I am no longer that person. So he didn't match my frequency. So now I have to basically reconnect, or not reconnect, connect with other people that have a similar frequency, a similar vibration, people who are positive. So when I say something like this, they'll be like, hey, that's a great idea. How are you going to implement it? Hey, I know somebody that can probably help you with that. Hey, have you know about this information that could probably help you with that? That's what you're looking for. That's how you know if they're resonating on a high frequency and that they actually care about your well-being. We have to be the guard dogs to a certain extent of what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and our emotions. And anybody that comes in that tries to take away that happiness, that joy, that inspiration that you're feeling, they have to go. And we know it could be a lot of family. We've experienced this too. And they're going to be in your life forever, the odds are. But you just have to monitor how much you're around them and how much you share with them. Because a lot of times it doesn't make sense to share everything with your family if they're not on the same vibration as you. Because family, they go through everything just like everybody else. Sometimes they could be in a negative space. Doesn't mean necessarily that they don't love you, but they could be in a negative space. So if you're in a negative space, you give off negativity. It's based on the filter that you have. You're not going to be, so positive about somebody else's idea, the odds are, if you're in a negative space. You're not going to promote them. You're not going to help them. You're not going to uplift them. That's just the way it works. So we have to monitor and be vigilant in who we're letting in our physical environment, who we're allowing to affect us energetically, mentally. And we have to be, strongly committed to being the gatekeepers to our own joy and happiness. It's mandatory. And I was talking to a friend the other day again, and we was discussing so many different things. And we know we're in a spiritual battle right now. This was the conversation was about. We're in a spiritual battle, a mental battle, an emotional battle, and of course, the food's polluted, the air is polluted, the water is polluted. So it's kind of easy to see that you're being attacked as a human being on the planet. But it's very weird at the same time because you're saying, well, who would want to attack you in such a way? And then you have to think a lot of governments, the way they control their civilization is through dumbing them down. This is the conversation we was having. But at the same time, I was telling them everybody is in like an analysis of like an example of everybody's in an ocean. Every one of us, everybody human being is in a planet is in the ocean right now. Some people are drowning because of the chaos that's going on. Some people are swimming. Some people have paddle boats. Some people have yachts. Some people have mega yachts with helicopters on it. All in the same ocean. So it really depends on how we're using our own energy. What we're creating. What we're creating for ourselves. And what we're creating for others. So we have to be the person that takes charge of what we're creating. Don't let other people who are not high vibrating tell you what to create. And I mean through TV, the anchors, through the movies. It's all some form of conditioning because it's very well understood that what you're thinking, the psychology of what you're thinking, especially in the subconscious mind, creates your reality. So it's time for us to take charge and create the reality that we want. We can't really, dictate what's going on in the world on a big level like that, at least most of us. But what we can do is take charge of our own bubble, our own aura, our own energy field. And that's based on what we're resonating at, right? So if we're focused on that and we're vibrating really, really well, we're going to influence the people around us. That's just how it works, because we're energy beings. So we're going to influence the people around us. And we're either influencing people in a negative way or a positive way. It's really based on our own self-work, what the work that we put in, that dictates how other people will energetically perceive us. Sometimes it's not a conscious thing. A lot of times it's subconscious. People see you doing amazing things and they want to do amazing things. You're almost giving them permission to do amazing things when you're doing it. And vice versa too. You give them permission to do crappy stuff if you're doing crappy stuff. And we don't want to go that route. That's not what the royal family does. The royal ones, we take control of our life and we influence people on the highest levels to be the best versions of themselves. Because that's why we're here and we know it. And we do it through what? Through the foods that we eat, making sure that we're eating clean, because it's definitely proven again that the gut-mind connection is there. And you will not feel great if your gut is not good. It will alter your mind and sometimes give you depression and a whole host of other things as well. So we do it through the foods we eat, the water we drink, make sure we're drinking as clean as water as possible. We exercise, because we know that scientifically it's proven that exercise combats anxiety, combats fatigue, combats depression by like massive amounts, like 30 to 40%. So we combat it through the foods, what we're eating, what we're drinking, the exercise, and what we're thinking. And choosing to create a positive reality. We choose to create the reality we want. That is huge. So create it. Go out there and create a wonderful world for yourself and for others. You know, don't get into this doom and gloom. And I said this before in the last video, but it's still other people calling me saying the same things. Don't get caught up in that. Create the reality you want. This is your life. You're extremely powerful. You're an extremely powerful being on this planet. They try to make it look like you're not, but you are. That's why there's so much effort to put a boot on your neck. To make you feel little. You're not little. You're strong. You're powerful. You're amazing. We are amazing. Keep that in your mind and go out there and have some fun. Heading out to this yoga class / party. I hear the music. They're partying hard. I think I miss yoga.